Hey guys, collect with us here. So today we have something kind of cool. This is a Rolex Oysterdate Precision. Kind of a nice watch, very old, and what we're going to do is just try to clean it up a little bit. Throw a new band on there, clean in between the lugs, and just clean it up a little bit and get it ready for resale. This watch is going to be sold, so first thing we're going to do is, it's not a quick set, you got to unscrew the crown right there. So we're going to set it. Let's do, alright, wind it up there. And you can start feeling when it's getting too wound. You don't want to wind it too tight. So there we go, we've got it going right there. And I'm not sure if this is a, let's see, quick set. Alright, we're going to tighten that down right there. And we're going to go ahead and take the band off. So we're going to grab our tool here, and you're just going to pinch it in between there, in between this band and the lug. Let's do that side. And if you just pinch it in there well enough, I like to do it with the band turned inside out like that. And then I'll set it down. There's one side, and there's another side. Alright, so we got that guy off right there. We got a crate of bands here. We're going to try to find one that works. So we have a variety. We have white leather. These are size 18 though. These are also size 18. This is a size 17. So I think this is a size 16. Let's see. Here we go. That should fit on there well. Now we have a couple choices. We have this band right there, not bad, and then we have, looks like more coarse and thinner. So I think we're going to stick with this one right here. It's a little bit finer. Unfortunately, all I have left are silver clasps. So, excuse me, gold clasps. And the watch is silver. That's never fun when we don't have the right color clasp. So what we can do is piece together a few different watch bands into one to try to get that silver clasp. But what we'll go ahead and do right now is, in between there, this is the reference number. Let's see if you can zoom in on there. Alright, between this right here, this is going to be your Rolex reference number, and you can't see in there right now. It's just too stinking dirty and it won't focus. Alright, so right there is the reference number. Can't even see it. Like I said, there's too much dirt. On this side, this is the serial number, and can't see that either. So we're going to clean in between those lugs right there and clean that side. And then also around the bezel, we've got some dirt there that we're going to clean out. And I have done a video for this before on what kind of stuff we want to use. Really my go-to is just the Dremel, and I haven't found anything better than this. It's really hard when you have a brand new bit. It really digs into the watch, so you want to use one that's been worn for a bit when you're using a higher end watch like this. Even though this is probably a $700-800 Rolex, you know, it's still more than your normal Seiko. So we're going to use a Dremel bit that is pressed down a bit, that way it doesn't scratch too far into it. So we'll go ahead and get in between those lugs. Alright, let's see if we can see that a bit better. So you can see which side's clean, which side's not. And you don't have to worry, once these bits are pressed down a bit, they don't really affect the steel. It doesn't go and scratch everything up or anything like that, you know, as long as you're using one that's been used for a while. So we're trying to look at the number there. Seeing camera won't zoom in. And it is marked Brevet, and still cannot see the caliber number. It looks like the old band indented it too much right there, indented the steel. So we'll go ahead and clean that side up. All right. once we got that, we'll go ahead and switch over to the other side, get that side all cleaned up. That side's pretty bad too, just a lot of stuff in there. So we'll clean this side and then look at it after that. Alright, so it does look quite a bit better. We'll zoom in there. So you can see the side that we did clean, we cleaned that side. That side still needs to get done. And then the top, if you get it well enough, we did this, can't think of the name all of a sudden. Alright, we did that side right there, we didn't do that side. So you can see a big difference between the scratches, especially in the right lighting, between that side and that side. So we'll go ahead and do that side, we'll get that, and then we'll move to the back of the lugs. With the back of the lugs, do the back with the back on the watch. That way you don't slip into the movement, because it's never good when you do that. Keep working our way around. Get into the notches at the back there. Alright, now you don't want to Dremel directly on the back. Unless you're extremely well at polishing, you are never going to let it make it look natural. It's always going to look like you took a Dremel to it. Alright, now that we got that torn down, we're going to go ahead and take the back off here. I already hand loosened it before we started making the video. Always makes for a bad video when you can't get the back off of a watch. We're going to look in there. So there is some rust in there. We can grab our scraper and just scrape some of that away. And do it at an angle so you don't have it falling off into the movement of the watch. The reds, which will always be hard to get out unless you stick a Dremel in there, which is just too dangerous to try. Alright. Alright, we're going to leave it like that so we don't push our luck. And if you look at this, it's a very, very gorgeous movement. Working well. And this movement is stamped 17 joules, Montress Rolex. So we'll put the back on there. The gasket's in good shape, so we're not going to do anything about that. We're going to throw that back on there. And tighten it. We'll throw that back down, and we'll get ready to put this new band on it. Alright, so we got everything all cleaned up. We got the band off. What we're going to go ahead and do is put this band on there. One thing I did do was take the clasp off of this red band because it's silver, and we're going to put that on this. Now it was a little bit too big, so we're going to squeeze it a little bit right here on the tip. And then we'll just make sure it's big enough to fit through that, right in that area, which it is. So we'll just yank on that. Push that through. We'll grab this new one right here. Set that in there. Put the spring bar in there, and we'll, whoops, that's the old one. We'll put this new one on there. It doesn't quite fit all the way, so we're going to give it another squeeze. There we go. There we go. Silver clasp for a silver watch. Get rid of those parts. We have another spring bar in there. We'll take that out. Now these bands that I have are not the greatest bands in the world, so sometimes you got to get the hole started in there. Otherwise, you're just going to mess the watch all up. So I grab a very long spring bar and basically jam it through. Now what I do sometimes is take a hot needle and push that through. That way I don't mess up the band. That one looks good though. Alright, there we are. Let's get that off of there. Oh, and one thing we're supposed to do was find the caliber number on here. But I believe this is a maybe mid-60s. And don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure unless I look up that caliber number or look up the serial number on some sort of generator. Alright, that one snapped into place. I wish this band was a little bit more snug in there, but it'll get the job done. Alright, there we are. Let's see if we can get a zoom in on that. Nice, pretty new Rolex. And I did not mean new, but cleaned up. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. You know, you'll be surprised how much it makes a difference cleaning out those lugs, cleaning the back of them, around the bezel, putting a brand new band on it. You know, it makes such a big difference just by looking at the watch, you know, without having to do any work on the crystal or any work on the dial. Just doing that makes a big difference. And the band fits just perfect. Let's put it in there. And we'll give it a tour. All right. So, there we go. Inside the lugs it looks good. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. And it won't focus. Alright guys, that's it for this. I don't know if you found that entertaining, but if you do, comment, like it, subscribe, and I will try to get some more videos up. I got some knives I'm going to be going through, so maybe I'll just post some informational videos about a couple knives that I got. Other than that, that's all I got, guys. Have a good day, and let me know what you think of the new video that I just posted. Alright, bye.